co-rank game. That's what built the camaraderie,
Right.
the comeback. Straight into back into college. I want to know for you, what's the biggest difference between high school ball and collegiate ball?
It's a big difference, and I found out real quick. The big difference between high school ball, playing varsity ball, and playing college ball is the maturity. Like that's really the main thing. Cause coming in college your freshman year, you're like a newborn, like you're a baby, you're a freshman. So everything is just new to you. You know, coming into camp, everything just getting thrown at you left and right, and that's one thing I struggle with my freshman year.
Making that transition.
Yeah, making that transition, you know. And one thing about me, I started out at running back. Coming in my freshman year, then they moved me back to H back because they wanted to see if I can do both. But the way I didn't have to study for a playbook in high school really. But once I got to college, that really forced me to.
You got to start learning.
Yeah, I got to start really learning new plays. I got to understand the concept. Why do we do this? Why do we do that? So I feel like the maturity is really the biggest thing. Making that transition, that your senior year of high school and coming into freshman to college. Because a lot of guys, they might have all the skill sets and all that, but their maturity, the way their brain works, it's not there. Yeah, it ain't there yet. Whether if it's on the field, off the field, in the classroom, and then in college, you're on your own. When you're in high school, you got your parents there, to tell you to get up, go to school.
When
you're in college,
get on up.
Yeah, when you're in college, it's way different. You're on your own. Yeah. I mean, your roommate, he might wake up here and there, but
he might be your downfall.
Yeah, he might be your downfall, really. Yeah. But yeah, that's really the biggest difference between high school and college.
Okay, so jump real quick. I got a question that's been circulating all the sports platforms, right? I gotta know. So we talk athletes, right? I want to know, can a fully functional basketball player, he only plays basketball, and we got the football man over here, he only plays football. I want to know, can the hooper get busy like the football player in football if he had to? Like, could he dominate the sport the same way the football player dominate football? Like, who's the more athletic between the two? Or suited for football, I guess I could say. Obviously, one's a basketball player, one's a football. But I want to know, who's the better athlete?
I think football is a more better athlete, but it really depends on like what position and like what's their build, because like somebody like LeBron, yes, LeBron would dominate.
Can you imagine
in the NFL for sure. And I feel like somebody like Russell Westbrook or like Anthony Edwards, they can play football because they have that killer mentality. Like they ain't gonna let nothing stop them.
Right.
But yeah, I feel like football players definitely can hoop for sure.
Yeah,
you see it all the time. Yeah.
So, you hoop?
I did all the way up to 8th grade. I hoop pickup games now.
Okay. What's your bench? What you maxing out at, man?
My bench.
Over here stopping.
Yeah, my bench. I just maxed out like 3 weeks ago, and I maxed out at 335.
Yeah, I don't want no smoke with you, brother. No smoke with you. If you had any advice, right, to get at a player that was in your position, not just at Princeton, but let's focus there because that's where you graduated. If you had some advice or some game to give them from the position you was in right when you graduated, what would you tell them as far as the focus, the mind you was talking about?
I would say stick to the course, bro. Like that's really the main thing, because that summer after you graduate, it's gonna hit me like dang, like technically I really don't gotta go to school no more if I don't want to. So I would just say stick to the course and don't let nothing interfere with what you got going on. Like don't let all the side parties and all that. Like it's cool to have fun, but at the end of the day, be responsible. You gotta realize, especially if you train, you gotta be training all summer. That's really the main thing, because the last thing a coach want to see is you coming into camp out of shape. They see that they might just tell you, just go ahead and pack your bags and go home. Because if you're not in shape, that's like the biggest red flag. No matter how strong you are, how fast you are, what your film look like, what your stats look like in high school. If you don't come in shape, man.
Nothing else matter.
Yeah, nothing else matter. They'll tell you to pack your bags. And I witnessed it firsthand. The first day of camp we had, when I was at Wilmington, we had about 100 something guys that came in, probably about 120. And like 4 of those guys, they told them to go ahead and pack your bags.
Just go home.
Just go home. Yeah. And give no explanation. Just go
tough.
home. They weren't in shape, so that's when that maturity level really comes in.
So academically, I deal with a lot of young guys. We got a lot of younger viewers too. So what could you say advice wise to them as far as handling their business with the books? A lot of them think the sport is one thing, but like I said, they kind of overshadow the books. Explain to them how important it is for that balance.
That's very important because you would find out real quick you could be ineligible. Like, I witnessed guys even this past year, they ineligible because of the grades or whatever. Because in college, it's easier in a lot of different ways than it is in high school. Like, it's easier because you have a lot more time to do your work. Like, you do it on your time, but then you can't let your own time, get with you. Yeah, defeat you because you start procrastinating a lot more. And that's why I say, like, that's when the maturity level comes in as well. Like, you have to be self disciplined and be able to get your work done and get your work, on field or on the court work done at the same time. Also, ask questions. And your resources are literally in front of you. Academic advisor. If you're at a small school, your professors, because I ain't gonna lie, if you got a big school, like if you're at Ohio State, your professor's not gonna remember you unless you was one of like a big time football player at that school. That's the only time. People, yeah, he had too many students to take care of. So like, and showing up to class as well. That's really the big thing. If you show up every day, you at least get a C.
You got dreams. What's your aspirations after college?
My aspirations would be number one, obviously, play professional ball, whether if it's NFL, CFL, UFL, or even go overseas. But if that don't work out, or if I don't want to play, if I don't get an opportunity, then I'm gonna use my degree and I'm gonna take the sports route. Then after that, after a few years, after I get my feet wet, I'm gonna get into real estate. I'm gonna start doing like Airbnb arbitrage stuff like that.
Man, well put together, man. Oftentimes we run into a lot of younger athletes, like they don't be all the way put together how you sound mentally. So I want to tip my hats off to you for that. The high school career, the collegiate career that you having was to come beyond this, man. I appreciate you even coming up here.
For sure.
Hold on 1 second. So give me, what's the record? Give me predictions for this season. What's y'all record? What's the final record? Regular season. How y'all finishing up this year?
This year, I'm gonna just say 10-0. Like, I don't plan on losing. The only way is to win. Like, we don't fear nobody. I mean, what we did last year, if you really look at our scores, we realistically could have went 8-2. But like with the guys that we got, like the difference between the other program I was at and the program I'm at now, like it's a bunch of savages. Like it's like a no fear mentality. Like when I came in my first day, like guys holding each other accountable. People want to get extra rest. Like people really want that work. So the culture was way better, and I had to adjust to it because the culture I was at, you had the little few here and there, that really worked hard or really got that work in, but it wasn't everybody. And then it really showed like last season when everybody had a dog mentality, and you can see it on film. I seen it this past, even in the spring ball, like it was a bunch of savages on offense and defense, and even our coaches, our coaches definitely get us together and getting us prepared for that. Especially my position coach, like I personally never had a position coach that really like got in my ass and like really pushed me hard. Like I know what I'm capable of. I didn't really know what I was capable of at my last school because I got pushed, but he wasn't pushing me to my limit really. Yeah, like the guy I got now, Coach Crawford, like he really bringing that savage out of me for sure. And he's going to see it this next upcoming season.
Man, I can't wait to see you play, man. We're gonna have to get out there and check you out, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. We back in the city week 1.
Oh, well, sure. What's the date? Send us the dates when we get
September 7th at I think it's 1:30 or 2 p.m. We play Mount St. Joe.
Oh yeah, we there. We gotta be there. Me and Coach Crook, we on it. We in the building.
For sure.
Now salute to you, man. Flowers to you. I think one more question I wanted to ask you. Give me a Super Bowl prediction off the top of the head. Who are your two teams?
I got Bengals for sure.
My Lord.
I got Bengals for sure, man. I train at Black Sheep. Shout out to Black Sheep. Shout out to Pat Coyne, man. Really getting us together, especially with this gear. But I would say Bengals for sure. The way I got to see Joey B really train over the offseason, it really showed me like he in a different mode this year. Because
even
okay. yeah.
All right, just testing you out a little bit.
I would say Bengals, and for the NFC, I'm trying to think, man. Shoot, NFCs don't really lately. NFC teams haven't been like dominant really. It's really the AFC, so it's really hard. But I gotta go with the Eagles, man.
Eagles?
Yeah, I got to go with the Eagles. With them adding Saquon, man.
Ooh, that's dangerous. They ain't even talking about that enough.
Yeah, they're not really.
That's about to be some
his
trouble.
injury, like him, I say if you give him 16 games healthy, he can get you 2,000 yards. For sure.
I'm not even going to tell you my squad because you're going to want to take the interview back. But afterwards, I got you, man. So, Bengals, he said Bengals, Eagles, man. So, there you have it. We're going to see. I'm definitely going to chime back into you and connect if this don't happen. So, he's standing on that. Look at that camera right there. He's standing on Bengals, Eagles. There you have it, man. It's
Bengals
another.
winning too. I'm gonna be real.
Hey, look, this wraps up another 1v1 episode, man. Shout out to Caleb, man. A lot more interviews, content to come. Say Man Sports Talk. We appreciate y'all. Stay safe out there. They can find you on social media platforms and all that good stuff.
You can follow me on Instagram at 4m.caleb, Caleb with a C, and you can follow me on Twitter at Caleb_Matthews4.